Hey guys, thanks for joining. We're going to go ahead and let you guys rock out just a little bit while you still come in. Thank y'all for being here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everyone. Let's go ahead and jump in. All right. I'm going to play some music while you guys come in, and I'll be right back in a second. Okay. Just had to let y'all rock out just a little bit. I was wrapping up something as well. But hello, and happy Friday to you guys. My morning has been very chaotic, y'all, so I had to push my show back just a little bit. But we are here. Thank y'all for joining. Of course, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Hey to my top flights for being here. I see you. Rose is here. I saw somebody else. Is Tef here? In spirit. Okay, but thank you guys, all of you guys, for being here. Okay, thank you, Rose, for joining as well. Let's go ahead and jump on in. We don't have any political topics this morning, but we do have some case updates. All right, so we're going to take a look at those. Let's go ahead and share our screen so you guys can see what's going on. All right, so let's make this big. All right, so let's go ahead and play this. Shout out to Nicole Everything on this one. We're going to go ahead and take a listen to a phone call about the Nolan Wells case, okay? Let's get into it.
I've already been attacked because what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
So, Alexis, have you gone to the police department and shown them how they were 100% set up? And
everybody that has there and has proof.
Yo, hold on. In high school.
Yes, he went to the high school.
The same school
as... It was Wyatt's boat, and he went to Biloxi.
He went to a different high school.
Yes, he went to the high school that I went to. And then all the other boys, they went to Ocean Springs. But the boats was Wyatt's, but it was found at Warren's house. And Warren's mom is the one that's a judge. And before they even all got questioned, they all lawyered up. There's literally video proof of like pictures of them that night going to different parties because I guess they got back at 7, whatever. They were going to multiple parties that night. They refused to give his parents his phone. And then the next day they were caught downtown eating. And when somebody asked them, like, what are y'all doing? Why are you not out looking for your homeboy? They said verbatim, they already think we did it. But that was really just like, it was 100% set up. And then they tried to flip the script. And
so y'all see what's going on here? Now, I was I feel like he was set up. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like something happened prior and they set him up to make him think that they were going on some type of friendly trip. And the real them came out. That's what I feel. All right. We're going to keep showing different developments and you guys can go ahead and sound off in the comments. Let's get to the next thing that I ran across. What is this? Dainty Rossi. Let's get into this for a clip that she pulled as well. So that people are saying that his friends unalive Nolan. Let's get into what they're saying here. Nolan Xavier Wells was found unalive after disappearing on Horn Island. And his family is demanding the truth. Let's get into this.
They didn't just murder him. They physically and emotionally tortured him.
The body of 18-year-old black teenager Nolan Xavier Wells has been found. He went missing on July 4th while traveling by boat with 3 white friends to Horn Island, Mississippi, approximately 10 miles from the Gulf Coast. On July 6th, a park administrator discovered him in the water near the northwest end of the island. His phone was not on his person, but in his father's hand. Since his disappearance, search teams, including the Kazakh Navy, have conducted a comprehensive search of both land and sea areas. The authorities have not yet specified how many people were on the boat or or who reported the disappearance, but online videos show that a dispute may have occurred before Wells was abandoned by his friends, who then left on another boat without him. It is also reported that Wells was originally supposed to meet a girl. His white friends had quickly hired lawyers, one of whom was the child of a judge. This immediate legal protection raised questions. Why did the phone return but he did not? Why did they immediately receive legal protection? The family and activists were extremely angry, drawing comparisons between this case and other instances where the deaths of black victims were hastily dismissed as accidents. The authorities are awaiting DNA confirmation, although the family has stated they have identified the remains. What are your thoughts on this?
They didn't just murder him. They physically and emotionally.
Hold on, guys. Did I run across some OT? Continue. Oh, no. That's something else. Okay. No. All right. So what do you guys think about that? I do feel that these white friends definitely has something to do with Nolan being unalived. It was said that there was some type of prior altercation, but that was their way of luring him there to get him away from his safe space and people who could have helped him, because Nolan had black friends. We're going to look at that here in a second as well. He had a lot of black friends, so it's weird why he would have been there. Well, we'll go ahead and look at it now. Hell, let's go ahead and look at it now. Nolan had a lot of black friends, so it's weird that he would be out there with these guys who he wasn't like best friends with. He was cool with these guys, but he wasn't best friends like he was with his black friends. And not to say that he can't have white friends. We're not saying that. It's not a racial thing. But what I'm saying is Nolan had a lot of black friends. We're going to take a look at it, who was really down for him, who he hung out with, who he was cool with. It's a whole bunch of his friends who've been stopping by his mom and dad's house to console them through this time while Nolan, of course, is no longer here. So he has a lot of black friends. So it's kind of weird that these guys would ask him on July 4th to join them after it said that there was a prior altercation with Nolan and one of the guys, one of the Caucasian guys that was in the group. But let's go ahead and get into this. Let's look at some pictures. Shout out to Attorney Crump because he shared them. Let's take a look at his friends and let's take a look at Nolan because he seemed to be very much so loved by a lot of people. Let's go. Okay. He had his own friends. He had his own friends. So why would he be hanging out with those guys? Right? He had his own friends. He was full of life. He was this happy-go-lucky type of guy. As you guys can see, he was not problematic. He was focused on sports and his career, his future. Like, he had his own friends. Okay? Here he is with his own friends. Again, his own friends. So why was he hanging with these guys? Right? Why was he hanging with those guys? Those were not his best friends, his friends. Those were guys that say, hey, come and hang out with us. And it's weird to why he would say, hey, yeah, okay. Maybe he didn't think he was in any danger. Maybe he thought, hey, we're just going to the lake to have a good time, whatever the case may be. But these were his real friends that he hung out with, right? These are his real friends. We're just taking a look. This friend here, let me go back. This is the friend here where we read his message the other day where he talked about Nolan. This guy here, he really hung out. Sounds like he really hung out with him a lot. All right. He was almost like a brother to Nolan. But yeah, he had his own friends, you guys. As you guys can see, very tight clique that he hung with. So were these friends not available on July 4th where he could have hung out with them versus the guys? See, look at all these friends. He had friends that he really could have hung out with. So why was he hanging with those guys who we saw that was very aggressive and yelling at him and cussing him out? You're not getting on our fucking boat. I didn't see that type of aggression right here with these friends, right? Said it was that, what was that, low that you sent me? Says over, said, yo, Nolan, bro, please answer. So it looks like during the time that, I guess for the July 4th situation, one of his friends was texting him or something. I don't know. But as you guys can see here, Nolan had his own friends that he could have hung out with. So these guys were not his friends that he obviously hung out with on July 4th. Okay. Like you guys see it here. Shout out to Ben Crump for showing it. Okay. He's a little silly Billy. Yeah. So those are Nolan and his friends. So he didn't have to hang out with those guys. He had a slew of friends that he could have hung out with that day. And he probably would have still been here. All right. I think those boys did torture him and beat him up and drug his body somewhere away from where people could see it. Y'all know with boats and stuff like that going on, it's going to be kind of loud on the water. So you're not going to really hear someone getting attacked, right? You're not going to hear someone getting attacked. People are on the water party and music is blasting. Boats are going. People are, yelling and carrying on and probably shooting fireworks. So it's nothing to lure him into a secluded place like near a wooded area and assault this boy. And the reason that they had his phones, and then you guys heard him and lawyered up and said, oh, immediately, they already think we did it. Why would you automatically think that if you guys were his friends? But let's get into this because according to Nicole, everything that says that the Coast Guard updates Nolan Wells case. All right. So the Coast Guard just revised its own timeline, you guys, in the Nolan Wells case, confirming that a friend of the missing teen called them the night of July 4th, not July 5th, as first stated. Why are they changing things? Now, Officer Cheyenne Baristo now says that the initial July 4th call around 11 p.m. did not prompt Coast Guard's assistance, and formal search and rescue wasn't requested by Jackson County Sheriff's Office until July 5th at 12:26. That's a huge time. That's a huge gap, right? That's a big change. That's a whole nother day. You said on the 4th, now you're saying on the 5th. I see why they're getting backup, why they're doing backup everything, backup autopsies, backup investigations, all of that, because it sounds like they're just not doing their job here. So the agency has not released who made the first call or what was said, citing the active investigation. They're saying that does this new timeline change how you understand Nolan's final hour? Absolutely. So let's go ahead and read what they have here. Yeah, that's a whole different day. So the Coast Guard corrects themselves, saying that they did receive a call from a friend of Nolan Wells on July 4th. Said it was that Petty Officer Cheyenne Baristo with the USCG Heartland District originally emailed me saying that they did not receive word on Wells' disappearance until 12:26 p.m. on July 5th, when the Jackson County Sheriff Department reached out for assistance. Now they're saying today at 11:48 a.m., Baristo has reached back out to say that that was not the first time that the Coast Guard was contacted. Now, it says that the email reads that it has been confirmed that a friend of a teen contacted the Coast Guard on the night of July 4th at around 11 o'clock. However, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office is the lead agency, and Coast Guard assistance was not requested until 12:26 p.m. on July 5th of 2026. Baristo also states that at the time of the initial notification, there was no Coast Guard assistance requested. Additional information about the call, including who made the call, or the contents of the call, cannot be released while the case is under investigation. So why y'all got to get that stuff right? Because a lot of this stuff is being reported to the news. Like, people are very much so invested in this case. You guys are giving out wrong dates, wrong information. How many cases have you guys done? Y'all should be able to give out the right information here. So it said that Nolan's mother, Christine, said that, can you tell us any agents? Can you tell us if any agency is looking for them? So this looks like Nolan's mother here says that we have contacted DMR. His friends contacted the Coast, who have communicated with DMR and just filed a missing persons report with Jackson County. So this person adds Nolan's mom and says the DMR is currently stopping all boaters and asking for information. They are confirmed searching. This person here says, and adds Nolan's mom, and this other person said that we went this morning about 8 o'clock a.m. When we left Horn about 11 a.m. this morning, there was about 5 boats between DMR, Sheriff, and Coast Guards on the west end. They said that some were walking the grounds, helicopters or small planes coming from east end. Families were starting to show up. All right. So it looks like they were giving Nolan's mom some information in terms of what was going on the island after said situation occurred. They said a direct civilian contact if someone is actively drowning, their boat is sinking, or just went missing in the water. Any civilian can call the Coast Guard immediately. You do not need a sheriff's permission. They said how to reach them. Civilians can dial 911 dispatcher. We don't care about that. Ongoing missing person cases, jurisdiction. If a person has been missing for hours or days, the legal jurisdiction of the case belongs to the local police or county sheriff's department. The request system, it said that for extended searches, the sheriff must coordinate with the Coast Guard to request their search and rescue, which is SAR, assets like helicopters or cutters. The Coast Guard will deploy if the timeline suggests the person is still, navigable waters, but they take operational cues from the leading local agency. All right, so what y'all think about that? So now the Coast Guard, they're changing their statement of what they originally gave about when and who was contacted and where. So now I see why they are doing backup everything, because it sounds like some shit is undercover. And we're going to look at some other stuff here too. Let's keep going. All right. So Don Lemon is also speaking up on this as well. Today, which is July 10th, at 12 p.m., Nolan Wells' family, you guys, will stand with Ben Crump and Reverend Al Sharpton in Harlem, demanding full transparency into his death. Let's go ahead and get into this. For those of you that are in the area, if you want to go and be of support for that, let's get into this info.
I want to give you an update on what happened, what is happening with the Nolan Wells situation. There are some updates. We have been speaking to the attorneys. First of all, you guys know he is the 18-year-old freshman, athlete who was on a trip in Florida. This is him in a picture with his family right now that we're going to put up. And he sadly, mysteriously died. And people don't know what happened. His family is demanding answers. So here's what we know. Obviously, we told you, if you've been following this story on our platform on this channel, there's going to be a press conference. The press conference is going to, sorry, no, you don't know about the press conference. There's an independent autopsy. His body is being flown or has been flown to Washington, D.C. They expect to have some type of results pretty soon. Maybe tomorrow. Ben Crump said he would come on. The family would come on as well. Okay, so that's the update. Plus another update. There's going to be a press conference tomorrow. This is from the Crump website as well. Attorney Ben Crump, the family, Nolan Xavier Wells, and Reverend Sharpton demand full, transparent investigation into his death. Al Sharpton has joined the fight for information into this situation. And so they're going to have this press conference. It's going to be at the National Action Network headquarters in Harlem. Does it give a time? Scroll.
Y'all get that? It's going to be at 12 p.m. So y'all hear that? That's where it's going to be located.
I think it's in the morning. It's at noon. At noon tomorrow. Okay? So don't worry. We're going to continue to follow this story. The family, the mom says they want some transparency. We are going to continue to.
So that's the information on that. Shout out to Al Crump. Shout out to Al Sharpton. Al Crump. I don't rename the man, child. Al Sharpton for stepping up as well to help get some answers with this. Y'all know he be boots on the ground, child, getting out there, getting the information. So shout out to them for doing it. All right. Mississippi, y'all need to step it up, honey, with y'all Coast Guard and y'all reporting, because baby, listen. All right. So I found something else that's a little sus. All right. With this Nolan case. We're going to get up off the Nolan case in a second, but I pulled a few things that I ran across while scrolling on the internet, and I want to share it with you guys. They said that the sheriff, shout out to that girl, Henny. They said the sheriff sees no signs of foul play in the Nolan Wells case ahead of autopsy results, and the medical examiner is known to not be honest. Y'all hear this? So the person who is supposed to be the medical examiner over this Nolan Wells case, it said that she has done some foul things before on Black cases and did some misreportings, if you will. So let's get into that. Why would she be over this case? So I see why Ben Crump and the family, they're asking for secondary everything in terms of investigation with this case. Let's go.
Take a listen to this.
Number one, give the family space and time. They're still processing this tragic event, and all of Nolan's close friends. And we're still waiting for 100% confirmation. I'll assure you that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, we're looking at this whole case just like we would any other case, and we're going to be as thorough as we can.
Now, Sheriff Ledbetter tells me that even with the autopsy scheduled for tomorrow, he doesn't believe that there were any signs of foul play. But again, this is a very active investigation.
Oh, But wait, because there's more. There's more than just, I don't see any signs of foul play. Take a listen to this.
So the autopsy for Nolan Xavier Wells will be done by...
I'm Stacy Turner, and I'm the Chief Medical Examiner of the state of Mississippi.
But the problem with this chief medical examiner is that Dr. Stacy Turner may have mislabeled other Black men's causes of death. So I was looking into Mississippi Free Press, and experts pointed out that she labeled other causes of death as undetermined, despite evidence to the contrary. So in the summer of 2021, a body was delivered to the medical examiner's office, crime lab in Jackson, Mississippi, right? He died after struggle with police. His face was swollen, he was bloodied, and he was bleeding from his neck. It was some witnesses that described seeing two deputies kneeling on him for more than 10 minutes. Yet, Ms. Turner here labeled the manner of death as undetermined, which that type of decision will call off any further investigations.
So the sheriff is setting it up already that he don't see no signs of foul play. And
why would you not see no signs of foul play when it was said that this boy had bruises on him, which would show that he may have been attacked, right? So that right there in itself would give you cause to go ahead and think that something happened to him, to where when you do the autopsy, you are definitely looking for, especially in that area, him being attacked. Was he punched? Was he hit? Was he strangled? Something to show how he is no longer here or why. This woman on our screen in a red shirt, they're saying that she is known for putting a lot of undetermined or unknown, deaths or whatever, how this person died, putting it unknown so that certain people can get away with certain things, right? Now, we do know that two of the boys that were in this situation, one of their mothers is a judge. The other one's mother is an attorney. So I would think that these people are directly connected. And if she put death undetermined on Nolan Wells' chart, then that would call off the investigation. And these kids will walk and not be prosecuted, right? She has the power to do that because they're waiting on her decision in terms of what happened to Nolan. So I think that it is a great idea that Ben Crump and his compadres are sending that body down there to DC to have them do a second autopsy to really see what happened to Nolan. Because if we see an undetermined for the one in Mississippi, I'm gonna know something. Let's keep going.
And then there's these allegations out there against this medical examiner. And there's people out here that don't feel that an independent autopsy is needed. No, they're doing the right thing by doing their own investigation. I can't wait for the results of that one to come in.
They can't say he drowned because it was already said that Nolan was an excellent swimmer, right? And where they found him was near very shallow water. And then his body obviously did not float there or resurface there. His body was laying on the side of the bank, and it looked like he may have been placed there from what was said on other posts that I've seen as well. I've been digging and looking at some stuff, right? All right. And then first, if a person drowns, there are going to be some things on the inside. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a medical examiner or anything, but I do watch a lot of crime shows and I do see a lot of these things. And I do read and educate myself as well, right? Water should be in this person's lungs. There should be a lot of things going on if this person drowned. But we're going to rule out drowning because they did say he was an excellent swimmer. And where his body was actually seen, and the fact that he did have bruising, which shows that probably he was attacked. And there's motive from the video that we saw that there was some ill tension between between those guys and Nolan, the way they were cursing him out in the altercation. And it was so loud with boats and people screaming and everything, loud music, to where people were stopping what they were doing to be laser focused on what was being said and what was going on between Nolan and these guys, right? So that's motive. And then the fact that y'all had his phone. Why would y'all have his phone? And then to say you don't remember anything that happened on that day. Why would you have his phone then? I don't see Nolan handing his phone over if he's in the middle of a freaking lake somewhere. In the event that there's an emergency, he's going to need his phone to dial 911 if he gets lost. They're saying this was the first time he ever came to this lake. So I wouldn't be handing my phone over to someone if I've been somewhere that I've never been, if I'm at somewhere I've never been before. I mean, right? It just don't make sense. Let's keep going.
Stay tuned and stay aware. Don't fall for the sucker shit.
Yeah. So I wanted to definitely share that. So shout out to Ben Crump and them for doing their homework and continuing on. So let's get into, we're done with the Nolan Wells case. Let's go ahead and get into Karmelo stuff and where they are with his case, okay? We're kind of scooting along with that. It seems like things are kind of moving a little slower than I would like to move, but it's a process. We got to keep that process. We got to follow the process, child. All right. So I went ahead and pulled this from what I saw, which is what is already going on with Karmelo and where they're actually going. We're going to see that here in a second. I'm going to give y'all the update. All right. Prayers up for Karmelo, honey. Keep your head up. You're coming on up out of it. All right. So the community is watching. Justice must be fair, said that Carmelo Anthony, who is 19 years old now, a life, a future, a story that deserves to be heard or fully heard. Now, the allegations is that Carmelo Anthony was convicted of first-degree unaliving in connection with the death of Austin Metcalf during an incident at a high school track meet in Frisco, Texas. That is something that we all know by now. All right, so he maintains that he acted in self-defense. Now his defense team is fighting for a new trial. We all know that. The appeal has already been filed. New trial has already been filed as well. We're waiting to hear what's going to happen. We also know that the judge has denied to be recused. We saw that yesterday. I showed you guys the legal document on that. So they are still trying to have him removed from this case. All 6 of Karmelo's attorneys, okay? Let's look at some key points before we get into the update. Karmelo wanted to testify in this case. We showed that yesterday as well. He was not allowed to testify. And we also know that Hunter, who was involved in this case as well, was not even allowed in the courtroom because they did not want him to be cross-examined because of two of three interviews that he previously did were contrary in testimony in terms of what was given. So he lied pretty much. And they didn't want him on the stand because they didn't want him to get tripped up in his lies. So they didn't even allow him in the courtroom until it was time for victim impact statements, to where he told Carmelo Anthony to look at me when I'm talking to you. Bitch, who the fuck are you? Like, you are the same age as I am. If I don't want to fucking look at you, because they said during the entire time that Karmelo kept his head down, he was obviously crying after he found out what his fate was going to be. Victim impact statements is where the family can come up there and scream on you. Oh, you hurt my loved one. You took my loved one away. Y'all know that. So who wants to sit there and stare at someone in the face when you're being reprimanded, where you're already feeling like your life is over after you hear that you're going to be spending 35 motherfucking years in prison? So for Hunter to get his ass up there and say, look at me when I'm talking, you can't even look at me in my face. Like, bitch, I don't want to look at you. I looked at you when you assaulted me, right? But the good thing about this is, with this appeal, you're going to have to look at Karmelo in the face when your ass get charged for lying under oath and for also assaulting him, all right? Because it's called karma. So let's continue. Agreements changed late in the trial. The defense claims that prosecutors changed their position, affecting key decisions. They said that only 10 minutes to decide. They said that Karmelo was given about 10 minutes to decide whether to testify after the agreement fell apart. 10 minutes to decide. Now, experts were ready to testify. It said the neuropsychologists, okay, epilepsy and perception of danger forensic psychologists, adolescent brain development, and fight for flight response. They had these people, they're experts, ready to testify. They were not allowed to testify in this case. Why not? Why not? Because they wanted to focus on first degree and getting him sentenced and up out of there, right? Let's keep going. Strategy was built around the agreement. It said that the defense says that it was too late to change course after building the entire defense around it. Okay. Right to a public trial. It says that the defense argues the courtroom restrictions and off the record proceedings violated Karmelo's constitutional rights. There were a lot of violations in this case. All right. Said that not just a headline, a human being, due process, fair trial, justice. Said that I told him not to touch me. This was Karmelo. This is what Karmelo said when the police was getting ready to arrest him after the altercation occurred. He was crying. We saw the video. I shared it here where he said, hey, I told him not to touch him. He's very emotional. And he was asking, the status of how the person was. How was Austin? Was he okay? Which shows he had remorse. He not mean for that situation to go that far. He was trying to protect himself. That wasn't even taken into account as well. That would have been great for the person who was defending him to say, hey, my client was not, trying to unalive him. I mean, he is actually on video where he asked, was this person okay? So this does show self-defense. If he meant to unalive this person, he would have gave no fucks about the how this person was, if he was still alive or injured or anything about that, right? All right. So they said it's not about sides, it's about truth and justice. We aren't prejudiced. We recognize patterns of injustice, which this was exactly what it was with Karmelo. So let's go ahead and get into the facts of what's going on here and the most recent update. I went ahead and pulled it. This was as of an hour ago, I think. Let's go ahead and get that up. Okay. Whew. I got a cold, y'all. Okay. So shout out to ABC News or NBC News. NBC News. Let's get into it. Attorneys for Carmelo Anthony appeal his unaliving conviction in track meet stopping. The attorneys say that Anthony convicted of fatally stabbing fellow student. Athlete Austin Metcalf was denied his constitutional rights. They also asked that the judge be removed from the case. We already know about that. He has denied to be removed. Let's keep going. All right. So attorneys for Carmelo Anthony filed an appeal Tuesday and requested a new trial for the former student athlete convicted in the fatal stabbing, for YouTube's sake, of another student at a Texas track meet. We know about that. A jury sentenced Carmelo Anthony, who is 19 years old, to 35 years in prison after convicting him last month of the unaliving of Austin Metcalf at the meet in Frisco, Texas, a Dallas bedroom community. Both Anthony and Metcalf were 17 at the time of the unaliving. Dallas bedroom community. What is that? I don't know what that is. Anyway, Anthony's new attorneys who did not represent him at the trial said in their filings that the court erred when it restricted public access to the trial, violating Anthony's rights. They also appealed on the grounds that the state and defense had an unwritten agreement to exclude certain characters and extraneous offense evidence from the trial. But the prosecutors, repudiated the agreement, which denied Anthony the right to testify on his own behalf. I kind of feel like he should have maybe testified, right? It would have shown some vulnerability. It would have shown his sincerity. It would have shown that he is not this person that they paint him out to be. They would have shown that he was remorseful, right? In that situation as well. But they weren't interested in that because they had already painted a picture by blasting his mugshot all over the place to make him look like he was this street thug just out here stabbing people. So the attorney criticized the speed at which the judge conducted the trial, including a court date on a Saturday when several defense witnesses were unavailable. Now, when the moment came for the defendant to make the most, consequential decision of the trial, whether to waive his Fifth Amendment privilege and testify, the court allotted the defense 10 minutes to counsel a 19-year-old through it and denied counsel's request for additional time, according to the attorney. In a statement, Collin County Prosecutor Bill Worst rejected the complaints in Anthony's appeal, saying that they were inaccurate characterizations of the trial proceedings. Said that I and the entire prosecution team conducted this trial ethically and in full compliance with the court's rulings and any agreements with defense counsel, he says, adding that they would be further addressed in responding findings. Now, the jury heard extensive evidence over the course of the trial and returned a unanimous verdict, said that we remain confident in the verdict and the fairness of the proceedings. In a separate filing, it said that the attorneys demanded that the state district court judge, John Roach, be removed from the case because he gave an interview after the trial to Dallas TV station WFAA and expressed personal opinions about the jury verdict and fairness of the trial and correctness of his own ruling. The attorney stated that by participating in the interview, Roach violated the state's judicial conduct and standards code on appearance of objectivity. Now, according to Carmelo Anthony's attorney, some of the judge's problematic comments, including agreeing to the correctness of the jury verdict, saying whatever they say, they get it right, said that Roach also commented on Anthony being a nice young man who understands today the consequences of committing crimes like he did. It goes on to say that the attorney stated that the recusal request that in the WFAA interview, the judge defended the selection of the jury, which did not include a single Black person. We saw that. A lot of people were definitely outraged about that. And that in a statement to Fox News, Roach defended his ruling on media access to the courtroom. Roach also wrote a signed public letter published on the website of Collin County, where the court and Frisco are located, that he addressed to the Collin County family. It says that in the letter, Roach refers to his work on the trial as one of the great honors of my judicial career and thanked those who worked to ensure the process was conducted fairly, Anthony's attorney stated. Now, a judge who publicly memorializes the trial is concluded, and publicly pronounces the process fair while still holding the authority to grant a new trial, signals to reasonable observers, that he regards the matter as closed, the attorney wrote on the filing. Now, Roach's comments, coupled with the fact that he imposed a gag order during the trial on any commentary by any other participants, sharpens rather than softens the appearance that the court no longer sits as a neutral arbiter of the post-trial proceedings that remains before it, according to the attorney. But while the judge has granted interviews and writings about the trial, it said that he has sealed the entire court file of the trial and has only allowed Anthony's attorneys to view it on condition that they not share what was observed, leaving the file only available in chambers. The attorney said that, adding that they did not agree to the condition. Now, Metcalf was fatally stopped, as we guys know, April the 2nd, 2025, as the track team of Anthony Centennial High School and Metcalf's Memorial High School participants in a district-wide meet in Frisco. Now, Anthony admitted to the stabbing, but his legal team argued that he acted in self-defense under pressure of physical intimidation after he sat in the bleachers under the tent of rival high school Memorial and was confronted by members of his track team and told to leave. Prosecutors rebutted that depiction of events, saying that it was Anthony who threatened Metcalf. That's a lie. Now, a high-profile group of appellates, civil rights, and criminal defense attorneys team up to represent Anthony pro bono on his appeal soon after his conviction and sentencing. The case drew national attention because Metcalf was white and Anthony is black, which drew heated debate on social media and still is. The 6 attorneys of the legal team include former Dallas County prosecutor Russell Wilson, criminal defense attorney Michael Ware, attorney Gary Bledsoe, who is also the Texas NAACP president, Brooke Clues of Ben Crump's Law, Sean Deridia, and Justin A. Moore. Okay, so what do you guys think about that? Okay, yeah. So they corrected that. So what do y'all think about that? That is the current update on this situation, okay, for Karmelo. Let's move along. Akbar V is in our news. We're done with cases now, guys. Let's get into the mess of it all. It's Friday. Let's get into some mess. All right, 271 watching. Thank you, guys. Hopefully you guys are hitting the like button. All right, according to the Bish gossip, Milan Christopher turns the tables on Akbar V. We know about Akbar V. We just talked about her last week where she got into it and was going off about Cardi B. Cardi B read her ass down, read her crazy looking toes looking like they were throwing up gang signs. Y'all remember that? It was funny as hell. But Milan is going off on Akbar V after she allegedly speaks on his asexuality. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Speaking of Akbar, Little Birdie told me that she has a lot to say about like your whole lifestyle and you being gay and all of that.
Yeah, Akbar. First of all, I love Akbar to death. Definitely, but she is a walking contradiction.
Okay.
Because
she's been here before too.
Yeah, she has early on,
long time ago.
Yeah, when she was in a group.
Yeah.
One of the things that I hate, and not just with Akbar, I hate Bible thumpers who do not follow what they're thumping.
Yes.
In one breath, it'll be, for instance, she can be coming home from a club and having a night out doing God knows what, and then we'll get in there and say something like, God don't like that, and I'm gonna always talk about God. It's like, sweetie, you can talk about God and you can be a ordained Christian, but please follow the things that like the 6 kids out of wedlock, the partying, the alcohol, the sleeping around, the baby daddies, the whatever you got going on, the eating. I just hate people that just pick and choose what they want to push.
Speaking of Akbar, Little Birdie told me that she has a lot to say about like your whole life.
I agree with that. People get on my nerves with this, and there's nothing wrong with having spirituality. But the smallest little thing can definitely be a sin. People don't understand that, right? The way that you eat, that's also a sin. Sometimes overindulging is a sin. Look it up in the Bible, right? Overindulging is definitely a sin, but you have certain people that like to call you out on different things. Like lying is definitely a sin as well. There are 10 commandments, so you have to follow those. But people will pick and choose what they want to call you out for, and they will have themselves, painted as this holier than thou type person. But the whole time they have a whole list of things that they need to work on. Like he said, Akbar, you got 6 kids out of wedlock, and you out here cussing and carrying on with your baby in your lap, saying mother F for this, mother F for that, and then the next minute you saved and throwing out Bible scriptures. Like, pick one. Either you saved or you not. Okay, I'm just saying that nobody is perfect. I'm not saying that a person has to be perfect, but you can't be so judgmental when you have a lot of skeletons in your closet. So I like Milan Christopher. He's a cool dude. He's been on several reality shows as well, and he's definitely talented too. Y'all look him up. But Akbar, I think she's very bitter and upset because her career has not gone in the direction she wanted it to go. She's always wanted to be this huge rapper, but I don't think people actually took her serious because of how she displayed herself to be a mom who didn't take care of her fucking kids. She got 6 kids who Child Protective Services had to take away from her ass, and then she ran out here and had another one by this fuck nigga who she was online crying and carrying on and screaming on videos about him cheating on her and abusing her. Like, it's, girl, pick better, right? Not to be too judgmental on her, but she needs to really cool it down. She does, because she be doing the fucking most, but always calling other people out. Like, she was on Cardi about some stuff. Now she talking shit about Milan Christopher. I saw live the other day where she was even getting into it with Shamar, and then got on live trying to hate Shamar. Shamar saying, ain't no hey bitch, and he flew off on her ass. And I was like, yeah, she thought she was gonna get on there and soft talk Shamar, child. Y'all know Shamar with the twisted body and whatnot. And he cussed her ass out for filth, and I was happy for that. I was happy for her for that, because she was doing the fucking most, right? You don't get up there and talk crazy about somebody on the live, and then they get back to him, and then you get on there, hey Shamar, like you think it's gonna be a pleasant conversation. He cussed her ass out from Genesis to Revelations, and I was here for it. All right, let's move along. So you guys know about the oh, I was loving it. I was like, yeah, go in, go off. I love it. Okay. Sometimes that's needed, child. You need to fly off on somebody sometimes. Shit, I fly off on folk all the time. So shout out to the neighborhood talk. I knew this situation was going to come back up. We already saw where Kandi and a bunch of other artists were at some event, okay? And Tamar was trying to be cordial to Kandi. Y'all saw it, I covered it. And Tamar leaned in to kind of give Kandi like a, friendly type of hug. And then she went to go stand in her spot so they could take pictures or whatever with paparazzi. And Kandi kind of was being a fake ass bitch in that moment. Sorry, Kandi, you were. And she rolled her eyes, and it was caught on camera. And a lot of people said, oh my God, what is going on? Are they still beefing? And Tamar was just like, yo. So Tamar has responded. Tamar seemingly says that running into Kandi and Monica was awkward, but she was being cordial by saying congratulations. She says, I don't think that that's fake. It's called home training. It's not, I mean, what's wrong with saying congratulations to somebody if they did, because Kandi did get an award that night, and so did Monica. So Tamar was just saying, hey, congratulations. She went up and took her little pictures or whatever, but Kandi threw some major shade because of past beef that they had. I told you guys, Kandi is a damn Taurus, and nothing against Taurus in my chat. But Kandi already said she don't get over stuff. And if you ever rub her the wrong way, she just don't let it go. And if she see you in them streets, you ain't got to speak. She was still on that shit. But let's get into it. A mess.
And that was that. That was the gist of it. I don't think saying, I don't know. I don't think that's fake, and I don't think that's weird. I just think saying congratulations is home training and cordial. That's it. And the whole thing was awkward. But I don't
know, Tamar. You guys aren't friends. Y'all have never really been friends. I probably would just spoke and just went and stood where I need to stand and take my fucking picture and just left. I think the hugging and all that might have been a little too much. And Ken was like, okay, this is awkward. Like, we ain't cool like that. Yeah, probably just speak, say hi, congratulations, and then go stand over there, that reaching in and hugging and like a little pick on the shit. That was too much. I don't know, maybe because I'm not a touchy-feely type of girl, but if we're not cool like that, I'm not going to go that far, right? I can say congratulations and go stand over there. I don't need to touch you and be hugging, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me, child. I don't know.
It's awkward. It's okay. I know I didn't say anything wrong. I know I didn't say anything wrong.
I would have done all that. Sorry, Tamar. I get it that maybe you were in the moment. Maybe she was in the moment like, oh, this is just a good moment. Everybody is just kumbaya, da-da-da. She saw Kandi, not even thinking that they had past beef and words that they had prior. And she just, was probably in that moment, because y'all know she kind of do come in and out of reality because she is batshit crazy a little bit, right? So she leaned in for the whole hug thing, and Kandi was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why are you hugging me? Right? And it was awkward. It was awkward for me, and I wasn't even there. I was watching. As soon as possible. So here's where Kandi's rolling her eyes. We already saw it, but those of you that didn't get to see it. As soon as possible, our program is set to resume. Right now. So Kandi then goes back and throws a little shade, says giving side eye while keeping it classy. So it shows that she was not welcoming Tamar's congratulations or, greeting her or whatever the case may be, because obviously she's not over and didn't want to be over whatever beef they had in the past. So seeing Tamar, it was like, yeah, I see you, but don't touch me and all that extra, hi girl, congratulations. Go stand your ass over there, take your picture and get the fuck off. That's what Kandi was kind of saying, right? And she definitely gave side eye and rolled her eyes because she was not feeling Tamar's ass. All right.
Our question is, who is the Atlanta housewife that you hinted about having beef with on Instagram, saying her and her husband threatened you?
People think it was Eva.
Nope, it was not.
I know who it is.
It was not, and it really did happen. I'm not lying. Like, I'm not looking for attention or drama or anything like that.
Right.
But that really did happen. It was not cute. No,
Was she a full housewife?
She's a full house.
Oh my gosh.
It's not Kandi.
Ooh.
Oh my lamb.
I thought you and Kandi mended everything after Big Brother.
I thought so too. I had no idea.
Wow. Okay.
I'll tell you the story later.
We hear.
Well, here was the thing about what everybody hear. Okay. It ain't always the right thing. So, and I'm going to go back to the day when everybody got in their feelings and wrote books and stuff about me unfollowing them, right? And here was the thing.
Because you were following her.
I was following everybody.
Okay, Tamar was following Monica, and then Tamar unfollowed Monica.
I unfollowed Monica, I unfollowed Tiny, I unfollowed Kandi,
and then Brandy said something shady about Monica on social media, and Tamar liked the shade.
No, let me tell you what happened. No. Here is the thing. Okay, let me just go back so I can bring you up to the light.
Makeup was really good.
You here for it?
Yes.
You better watch out calling Monica out, because Monica's that type, okay, who do carry. All right, and she will run up on a bitch. All right, Monica's real hood. All right, she get up there and do her little singing shit on stage, but Monica's really hood, okay? That's why they call her Gonica. She really about that life, okay?
Yeah, she did it in 10 minutes. Ain't she the bomb? I changed my wig out too, girls. A lot going on backstage.
Okay.
Anyway, no, really, honestly, I unfollowed everybody that day that posted that show.
Okay.
I was rightfully so in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing personal against anybody.
That show when Monica went on.
She wasn't even on that day. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Exactly. I unfollowed.
We hear.
Well, here was the thing about what everybody hear.
Right,
It ain't always follow everybody because I just didn't want to see it. Like, it's one thing, like, when you hear about things, but you just don't want to see it in your face, right?
Yes.
And I had every intent on following everybody back because I thought I unfollowed at least 30 people that day, right? And so, when I went to go follow.
That's excessive. Unfollowing 30 people. You got that much vitriol towards 30 people in one day? Girl, yeah, seek help.
But back, she had blocked me. So I was like, oh no. So, right. So, Vincent does not have social. Follow everybody because
So you guys all know that Monica and Tiny and all them, they are like really close friends with Kandi. So if Kandi has fallen out with them, as support of their girl, they ain't gonna be fooling with Tamar either, right? So if Candy's mad at Tamar, they're not gonna be fooling with Tamar. That's just how friends are sometimes. They just, So she was like, yeah, I don't follow over 30 something people. But Tamar is very messy. So let's be fair all the way across the board. Yes, Kandi, you do have a little mean girlish in you. You do. And your friends, they have a right to not want to fool with Tamar, in terms of their alliance to you. But bottom line is, Tamar, you are very messy. You do be throwing shade. You do be throwing little subliminals and shit. And then you do be going on interviews like you are right now and calling names and doing stuff. And that was not necessary. If you unfollow them, then that means you don't give a fuck about them no more. I wouldn't even give it that energy. I wouldn't talk about them. Again, you are on a platform. Do you have any new music out? Are you putting any new music out? Do you have a show coming out? Promote yourself. Why are you talking about this drama? She loves drama. But then be the first thing to start up and doing the ugly cry when they call her ass a damn Muppet, like K. Michelle did. She did a whole ugly cry, snotting and crying and all that on national television after she talked all that shit, and K. Michelle came back and flamed her ass and called her a fucking Muppet. She couldn't take it. Tamar can dish that shit out, but she cannot take it. I would not have sat on the platform and gave that energy. I just wouldn't have. If I don't give a fuck about you, you will not hear about it in no interview. I'm going to be promoting me, what I got going on, what I got coming up, etc., etc. And you won't hear nothing about your ass. You get on your own interview and talk about you. That's just how that shit go. But moving on, child. Yeah, she did cry. And she was on that. And I don't understand why she would call me a whole Muppet. I was like, you was looking like a Muppet that day. Sorry. You was looking like a whole fucking Muppet. You were. She was doing all. I was just like, girl, did you take your meds today? Because are you okay? Because you're doing a lot right now. and I was just trying to stay to myself. She just came out of nowhere and called me a whole Muppet. Was she supposed to call you half a Muppet, though? She called me a whole Muppet. And I don't know. Yeah. I was like, child, get the fuck on. You're doing too much. Call me a whole Muppet. Like, girl, would half of a Muppet have you not crying like you are right now? Right? I'm trying to be sensitive. Y'all, that shit is so stupid. Oh my God, we're too grown for this. We are too grown. All right. It's just a name, girl. Get over. People call me names all the time. I'm like, okay. And just because you call me that don't mean that's what I got to answer to, right? Because usually when a person is reading down or coming for you like that is a self-reflection of some shit they dealing with, right? K. Michelle calling people Muppets, but you had several facial surgeries, right? See, that's how you flip that. That's how you got to flip that. Usually the person constantly calling you out about your looks is a direct reflection of some shit that they are dealing with, right? They are reflecting on some shit that they're dealing with. When they look in the mirror and they look at themselves, they're not happy. K. Michelle, you've had several surgeries, so to call a person a Muppet is a self-read, right? It's a self-read. Now, if you're a flawless bitch, and you don't need all that shit done, and you can just read down and talk about a bitch, how they look and how they come and go, and that shit don't affect you, right? Because everything I say when I read a bitch down, I mean it. It is not a direct reflection with me, because I'm very secure in who I am as a woman. So that means I don't give a fuck. That's just how I feel. But Tamar, girl, you really need to get some therapy, honey, some very deep, maybe shock therapy. Shock therapy may work for you, all right? And maybe a few sessions, okay? Not just one. But let's get into this. Shout out to the bitch gossip. Girl, okay, it's always that person. Pay attention. I'm telling you, women, men too, because men get it too, but mostly women. Because mean girls, women, when we attack, mostly we always come for a girl's looks. Notice that. All right? That's why I fuck with a lot of women. I just can't. I cannot do a lot of girls. I grew up tomboy, so when I became a woman, I'm very, very select in who I choose to fuck around with, because women can be very nasty and go for jugular when they don't like your ass. Pay attention to when a female don't like your ass and they come for you. It's always how you look first. Not about your accomplishment, not about the shit that you've ever done, not about how you drive. They don't give a fuck about that. That might be thrown in there later on, but your looks gonna always come first when they got something negative to say about your ass. Watch what I tell you. The bitch got big ass earlobes, her forehead big as hell, and her motherfucking car was smoking. See how the car was smoking came in after the forehead and her fucking earlobes and how she looked? Y'all know I ain't lying. That's how y'all be. Cool it, women. All right, stop that shit. Now, unless somebody's just coming for you, flaming you, then you flame back. All right, I don't have nothing against that, but we got to stop being so fucking mean and judgmental when it comes to women, right? Because you got bitches out here with low self-esteem, not me, that can't handle that, right? People are very sensitive and cannot handle that. So don't be out here doing no shit like that unless you just have to flame a bitch out here. And I get it. Sometimes you just got to go there. But when you just on some mean girl shit, let's stop that. All right, it's 2026. It's hot outside. Let's find some other shit to do. And positivity. Okay. And I can't even believe I'm saying that because I'd be the one to read a bitch down in a New York minute. But we gotta cool it down. Let's try to be a little bit nicer. All right. Let's be a little bit more inviting and not always out here fighting and carrying on, right? You can read a bitch down, but why today? Right? Go do something great. Be positive. Let's talk positivity today. All right. All right. I can't believe I'm saying that. Maybe the Lord is working on me. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. All right. Let's get into it. The bitch gossip. All right. So little Scrappy's baby mama, y'all. Why she out here saying she more famous than him and she made him, child? Now, although Scrappy ain't got but one hit, he is a one-hit wonder out here, child. Okay. We don't want no problems, y'all, right? Every time he get on stage, that don't look for no other song. That's what he gonna sing, right? Get ready to sing along with you don't want no problems. So that's the only hit he got out here. But anyway, so his baby mama girl is out here doing interviews saying that she won't try to be getting no clout chasing from Scrappy. Like, who the fuck is Scrappy? I made him. I was like, what? So let's get into it. Scrappy, I hope you saw this interview, child. Now, this is the girl that he had the threesome with that had the baby by him, okay? The threesome baby. So he had a baby. He had a threesome with this girl who wound up getting pregnant during this threesome. She wound up keeping the baby. So now she's doing interviews saying that, yeah, who the fuck is Scrappy? Like, I was already that girl prior to Scrappy. Girl, we didn't know you until Scrappy. I've never seen or heard from you until Scrappy came out and said he had a baby with this girl in a threesome. Have y'all ever heard of her? Was I going too far, y'all? Y'all laughing?
When people see me, they automatically think, oh, Scrappy's baby mom, but it never started off that way. Like, I've been Shakira, been that bitch. Y'all already know what the going on. Y'all know what's going on. First of all, it took me to get on a certain show for us to even make it onto the Shade Room. That was because of me, not him.
Ooh. You brung the shade.
I don't know if we're a minute into it yet.
I listen. She said you need to figure out who is the trending one around here.
He was with me. I wasn't with him.
Ooh, he became Shakira baby daddy, nigga.
When people see me, they automatically think, oh, Scrappy's baby mom, but it never started off that way. Like, I've been Shakira, been that bitch. Y'all already know what the going on.
I'm sorry, what date did this happen that you became this bitch? Because I never knew who you were until Scrappy did an interview and said he did a threesome and he got this girl pregnant in this threesome. And then we saw this beautiful baby, beautiful head full of hair, cute little baby, little boy. All right, that looks more like Scrappy. Okay, look like a younger version of Scrappy, cute baby. They made a beautiful baby, all right. But again, we did not know you, right? We did not know you. And then the fact that we came to know you by this girl who just did this random threesome and wound up getting pregnant, that doesn't make you that girl. It makes you a stupid girl that's out here having unprotected sex with a person who we know don't have protected sex because he got several baby mamas and was cheating on the ones that he was with. So I feel like it was a little clout for you to get pregnant with Scrappy. I feel like you knew who he was. I feel like you used that as a moment. I feel like you're getting your child support because you need it. I feel like, no, you're not that girl, right? I feel like you're doing these interviews so you can become that girl, but I don't think that you are that girl, right?
Y'all know what's going on. First of all, it took me to get on a certain show for us to even make it onto the Shade.
You never would have gotten on Love and Hip Hop had you not had a baby with Scrappy, right? Seriously, you never would have gotten on. Why you ain't been on Love and Hip Hop before you had a baby with Scrappy? If you were that girl, you would have been on Love and Hip Hop. You would have been on TV. You would have done a commercial. You would have probably done a Crest commercial, right? Because I see your teeth are white. Probably, Scrappy's money probably helped get that done too, right? Yeah. So you would have probably done at least a Crest commercial out this bitch. We've never heard of you. So
Room. That was because of me, not him.
Ooh. You brung the shade.
I don't know if we're a minute into it yet.
I listen. She said you need to figure out who is the trending one around here.
He was with me. I wasn't with him.
Ooh, he became Shakira baby daddy, nigga.
When people see me, they
get off my screen with this, child. Girl, what kind of drugs you on, child? They need to drug test you, because baby, no. All right. Let me go on and let Granny go on and wail off on your ass. Y'all, when I saw this morning, I thought this shit was so funny. I'm gonna share it. We need a jam session. All right, right after this, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and let Granny go ahead and windmill on her ass for these lies that she done up and told us in this damn interview. Scrappy baby mama, this is for you, okay?
Hold on.
Hit the kid. Come on. Hit my way. Little Granny. Hit, bitch. Get up.
Yeah, holla. Yeah, holla like I said. What about no motherfucking rich bitch?
Get up.
Can't even touch it. Run that shit.
Run it.
Stop grabbing.
Yeah.
Stop grabbing.
Come on, Granny.
Oh,
bitch, check it, Granny.
Knock. Come here.
Come on.
Hold on.
Hit the kid. Come on. Bitch.
Bitch. Yeah, holla. Yeah, holla like I said. What about no motherfucking rich bitch? Can't even touch it. Run that shit.
Stop grabbing. Bitch, stop grabbing.
When a bitch windmill on you with some jelly shoes, it's popping, right? I love this.
Bitch.
Ooh, get him, Granny. Put your jelly shoes on. Oh, bitch. Your jelly shoes, Granny.
Knock. Come here. Hold on.
Hit the kid. Come on. Bitch. Yes, Granny.
Bitch. Yeah, holla. Yeah, holla.
Mortal Kombat kick her ass.
I tell you what about no motherfucking rich bitch? Can't even touch it. Run that shit.
Run it.
Stop grabbing. Bitch, stop grabbing.
Run that shit.
Bitch.
Knock. Y'all like, baby Granny said it, bitch, let me put on these jelly shoes and put this work on her, okay? Oh my God, y'all, that sent me this morning. I said, bitch, I'm sharing that. Y'all got beat up by a bitch with some jelly shoes on? Girl. I'm fighting no jelly shoes because ain't no traction on the motherfucking jelly shoes. All right. I'm just telling you, if you ever get beat up in some jelly shoes, you can't fight. Because bitch, there's no traction in jelly shoes. All right. Moving on. Y'all, that sent me this more. I need a little bit more of that. All right, because it's Friday.
Hold on.
Hit the kid. Come on. Bitch.
Bitch. Yeah, holla. Yeah, holla like I tell you what about no motherfucking rich bitch? Can't even touch it. Run that shit.
Stop grabbing. Bitch, stop grabbing.
Come on, Granny. Let it out.
Bitch.
I love the way she's stuck and moving, ducking. Come on, Granny. You.
Bitch.
Girl,
Knock. Come here. Hold on.
Baby, honey. Granny got on her jellies and she is out here going off. So shout out to JT on that. That shit was so funny to me, y'all. Oh my God. I said, who Granny is this? It's some damn jelly shoes out here snapping off. Girl, okay. Did y'all like that? Oh, I'm crying, y'all. That is so funny. Oh my God. If y'all didn't laugh at that, y'all need to go get counseling because that was funny. That was hella funny, okay? That was hella funny. All right, I needed that laugh. Damn. If you ever had your ass beat with somebody with jelly shoes on, again, you cannot fight, okay? You cannot fight. I'm sorry. You cannot fight because, baby, they're going to be slipping and sliding around. You got plenty of opportunities to reach in and snatch a bitch up, right? You do. But let's get in to the next topic. Oh, Lord. So shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, okay? Naya, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you, Naya, okay? I don't own a pair of jelly shoes. I don't fuck around with jellies because, bitch, you ain't never gonna run up on me and I ain't gonna be on my shit, okay? I'm gonna be, if I'm outside, if I ain't in my J's, like, don't do it, okay? I'm telling you, baby. I'm gonna have my J's on out here. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, Hollywood Unlocked. Now, we talked about this situation yesterday with Christopher Blake Griffith, who is suing Cardi B, baby daddy, Stefon Diggs, okay? Now, he is the man that is accusing Stefon Diggs of drugging and sexually assaulting him, you guys, and later having his brother, who also was in the NFL, he got, kicked off the team or whatever, and he's currently a free agent right now. But his brother jumped him and actually had two of his homeboys come and into his building. Now, y'all know how they have those apartments, like high-rise apartments, to where you have to have a certain code or like a card to get on a certain floor. on the elevator. So that's the type of apartment Blake Griffin actually lives in. So I'm not sure how these guys got on this floor. Maybe they knew the code or something, but they were waiting on Blake Griffin's floor when he got ready to get off the elevator to go home. So it shocked him. I'll play some of the video, but they're going to actually attack him, you guys. And it's kind of bad. And they robbed him because they snatched his chain as well. Now, all of this is caught on surveillance video, which is not going to be good for Stefon Diggs. Also, Blake has turned over 100 pages, you guys, of text messages and DMs about Stefon Diggs. So Stefon has denied all of this, but baby, videos and text messages give 1,000 words. All right. So let's go ahead and get into. Let me put my trigger up for this one, baby. Because when I saw this shit, I said, what? Baby, y'all didn't have no mask or nothing on. Y'all so stupid. Y'all dumb as hell. So let's get into it. Now I'm gonna have to skip along when I get to a certain point. I'm gonna skip along because I don't want to have to edit my video. And y'all know YouTube don't like a lot of violent shit on here. But let's go ahead and get into it, child. All right. So now it said exclusive Stefon Diggs, male sexual accuser, claims that he turned over text evidence in a fight with NFL star. Okay. So let's get into it. You in trouble, Stefon. Ooh, so you just got out of that shit with the chef. Now you're right back over here in some more bullshit. And they're saying he was directly connected in this bullshit. So let's get into it. Dude who posted his DMs with Drake says that Stefon Diggs was trying him on some gay-ish and then sending men after him when he turned down his advances. So I told y'all that they were at a party. Stefon Diggs gave him a gummy to kind of take him out of himself so he can kind of be a little more vulnerable. Y'all know certain things like ecstasy and different gummies and stuff like that make you over sexualized, especially ecstasy, they say, make you very sexually hyperactive. And Stefon Diggs, child, he wanted to be, you know, a rump ranger that night. And Stefon Diggs, Blake Griffin did not want to partake in said thing, right? So he got into, I think they got into the car to go somewhere to go to Stefon Diggs' house, and they tried to corner him in the house, and he wound up running down the street to get away from it. So he said in retaliation to that, Stefon Diggs' brother came to his apartment and scared the shit out of him. You could see he was scared the way he jumped on the elevator when he saw him, like, what y'all doing here? And they kind of ambushed him, and we're going to get to see that here in a second. But Drake's name is brought up in this as well, because Drake was supposed to, I guess, speak up on this because he also was witness to what happened. And Drake was like, you know, I don't want nothing to do with that. All right, hell no, keep me up out of that shit. So Drake didn't want to testify at all. But let's get into it. These are text messages that were given to authorities. Okay, said dude who posted his DMs, Drake said that Stefon Diggs was trying him on some gay-ish, and all of that is there. I ain't about to read that shit because I don't give a damn. All right, so let's get into what had happened. All right, so on May 29th of 2023, Christopher Blake Griffin was attacked and robbed by Stefon Diggs' brother Derez and two of his friends, which he says was because he turned down Stefon Diggs' advances. Okay, he was talking about Stefon Diggs was blowing in his ear, trying to stick his tongue in his ear and grab him by the crotch and stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck? So now they're saying that he wanted Drake to help him expose this, but Drake declined. Okay, maybe Drake had his booty grabbed a few times by Stefon. Allegedly, I said that Derez was sentenced up to 2 years probation. Okay, he should have got some jail time behind this shit. But let's go ahead and watch. And if I have to move it, guys, don't get mad. I'll drop the link so y'all can go and watch it at your leisure. Okay, let's just go ahead and watch as much as we can. So as you guys can see, he's getting off the elevator. And now he's trying to close the elevator once he sees them because he knows what's about to pop off. They stop the elevator. They're coming into the elevator. This is Stefon Diggs' brother, Derez, which is confronting him. The other two guys with him, as you guys can see, they're trying to make him get off the elevator. They're being very forceful. We're going to stop it there. All right. And they're going to pull him. I'm going to tell you what happened because I already saw it. They're pulling him off the elevator to further assault him. All right. And harass him. So as you guys can see here, they're pulling him off the elevator. He's trying to not come out because they know what they're getting ready to do. All right, we're going to stop it there. Again, I'll drop the link so y'all can see. Now he's out of the elevator. He's standing up against the wall. They're confronting him. And you're going to see one of them reach in and snatch his chain. Okay. See how he's coming up on him, intimidating him. There's the third person. That's Stefon Diggs' brother right here. These are the two assailants that's with him. Dude going to reach in and snatch his chain here in a second. You'll see it. He's trying to explain. They're having some type of heated exchange right here. Okay. Obviously, he's outnumbered, probably scared. He probably done shitting on himself and all that. They done snatched him up out the elevator. These obviously are goons. All right. You getting up on him. You'll see here in a second. All over because he won't give up the booty brownies. Child, this shit crazy. This is crazy. This is some aggressive bullshit right here. Thank God surveillance cameras were there, honey, because they caught all this shit. So he gonna have a very, very good piece of evidence to give. They still talking, as you guys can see. All right, let's keep going. This shit crazy. This could keep the Reds from getting on another team as well. Y'all know he plays in NFL. He could not get drafted for another team. They may not want him after this shit right here come out, because now there's a whole video showing him being aggressive and doing what he's doing to this guy, Blake. This shit here crazy. See, they reaching in. He's like, hey, get off me. They doing the damn most, man. All right, so y'all saw that. Let me put the link in there. You guys want to go over and look at it yourself. I don't want to show the whole thing, but just to show you guys that there was some type of interaction between them. He gonna have a really strong case with this video, though. Real strong case. I said, hot damn. Ooh, y'all violent out here. All right, so Christopher Blake Griffin says that he's disgusted that Stefon Diggs was given an UGG campaign with Sarah Jessica Parker after what he allegedly did to him. So Stefon drugged me, attempted to sexually assault me, and UGG gave him a campaign. I agree. I agree. So Christopher Blake Griffin details the night that he alleged Stefon Diggs drugged him, pleasured himself in front of him, and then put his tongue in his ear, as I told you guys. Damn. Says that Griffith alleges that Diggs tried to unalive him for turning down his advances. So you gotta die for not giving up the booty out here now? Is it that serious? Damn, Stefon. Said that Diggs' brother Derez was arrested on another occasion for showing up to Griffith's home with other men attacking and robbing him. Child. Okay, so it goes on to say that the Danza Project podcast seemingly has some fire on the way that with a Christopher Blake Griffith interview detailing the moment he was allegedly targeted and assaulted by associate NFL player Stefon Diggs. Said his account has remained consistent in each interview, and I've seen a couple, and he has repeated the same thing. So I got to give him that. It don't sound like he's lying, because he ain't switched it up. Every interview that I've actually seen has been the same. So shout out to him for that. Now, his account remained the same in the interview. Said he claims that Diggs made unwanted sexual advances after allegedly drugging him. Griffith says that he rejected those advances and later left the residence. Said that according to his account, several days later, he was confronted and violently assaulted in an elevator, as you guys just saw, during which he claims expensive jewelry and other personal property was stolen. You guys saw them snatch it off of him in the hallway. Griffith was Griffith has alleged that the attack was intended to intimidate him into remaining silent about what he says occurred at Diggs' home. Said that these allegations became the basis for multiple civil legal claims. Said that Stefon Diggs has denied Griffith's allegations and maintains that the claims are false, and filed a defamation lawsuit against Griffith. The litigation remains ongoing, with both sides continuing to dispute the facts in court. Well, you can't dispute this damn video, because why were y'all there harassing him? Why was Stefon Diggs' brother there also to help rough him up? If why were you there, right? Y'all see they violently grabs his chain there. All right, we can't show no more, but you guys see that they are on him, child. So yeah, definitely gonna stop it there. Y'all can go watch it. I just dropped the link in the chat. Okay, we ain't gonna show no more of that, because baby, I don't want to have to edit. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? He definitely got a strong case. I do know that. He definitely has a strong case. That video is, and it's very clear too. Ain't no disputing that shit. I mean, y'all faces and everything are on there. Y'all are very violent in that video. So yeah, good luck to you on that one, child. Shit, all that over some advances, baby. What is this world coming to, Lord? All right, let's get into this Alicia Brown / Tigger situation. All right, then we got to get out of here, child. I gotta go. All right. We're still talking about this case because it's still open. Alicia Brown, okay? Alicia Brown's father breaks his silence after Alicia Brown's arrest and warns Big Tigger, get in front of this. Says that don't be complicit, No one's going to hear ignorance as an excuse. Now, as we know, I showed you guys a video yesterday where an ex-boyfriend of Alicia Brown came forward to say that that he experienced some things as well because he turned down some of her sexual advances. She wanted to get freaky. He did not. So she did a live stream video or a FaceTime video and sent to him. And where he says that her face was all bruised up and beat up to where she had been hitting herself to make it appear that he abused her. And she says on the video that if he did not comply with whatever she was asking, that she was going to turn him in for trying to sexually assault her. So these are some serious allegations. This girl is very dangerous. And prior to that, a guy who said that he dated her is sitting in prison for a 25-year sentence for Alicia going to the damn police and saying that he sexually assaulted her when he says it never happened. So he's been in prison now for 11 years for an allegation that he says he was not even a part of. And now we see the video with Big Tigger where he is trying to get his phone that she snatched away from him and then ran into another room where her son was videoing the entire incident. He's literally standing over her. His hands was not on her. And she's screaming, "Get off me, Tigger. Stop touching me. Stop this." He wasn't even touching her. So this girl is really batshit crazy. It seems like she does have a pattern of behavior of setting guys up whenever she doesn't get her way, and then the whole punching herself in the face with the other incident to make it appear that this guy beat her up and was going to have him locked up for some shit he didn't do. And this guy was a whole business owner. He says that she tried to shut his business down, all because he turned down her advances. He didn't want to deal with her anymore because she was on some snake shit, and she was going to make him give up the deed. And if he didn't, she was going to have his business shut down and have him locked the fuck up. So she is definitely where she needs to be, because since this incident, she did have a child, a missing persons warrant in terms of her daughter that she was supposed to turn over per CPS to her child's father. They've been looking for this child since 2019, I think it is. And they still haven't found her. But the father said that he do know for a fact that the child is alive. Don't know how he knows. But let's get into what he has to say, because he's still speaking out. Let's go. Shout out to The Girls Are Fighting.
And on a visit, or when it was time to go to bed that night at the foster house, a white SUV came to the house. My daughter, quote unquote, ran away, and that's how she vanished. And mom has a white SUV at that time.
What? Wow. All right.
But because no one saw anything, or no one has a camera to say I saw her get in mom's car, she can't be listed as the actual person to have done this.
Wow.
But
all right, Darrell. Go ahead.
The police department. The department and the police department do not believe that she's with a stranger, and that's why they aren't so aggressive in the search, or Amber Alerts and things like that did not come out.
iPad, and you're telling us that this woman specifically sent all these devices.
The child before Tiggers is a young girl, and ironically, her name is Alicia Brown as well, but she goes by Autumn.
Wait a minute. Darrell, stop.
2 children named Alicia Brown. Yes.
Why do we have 2 children with the same name?
Well, one could only guess that because when you're searching for a missing child, you would hope that this baby comes up that's, alive and well, and no one's looking for her. So it throws off your search records, it throws off school records, it throws off identification purposes.
Now, speaking of that, one of the things on
this bitch is fucking crazy. So she already has a daughter named Alicia Brown, right? So, which is missing. That child is missing. That's the one that they're talking about right now in question. Now, according to what the father is saying, the child was in his presence and says that a white SUV pulls up, which Alicia at the time, which is the mother, had a white SUV, same make, model, etc. Pulls up and the child gets into the car, and they've never seen that child again. Now, they're saying that the mother then had another child, named that child the missing child's name, to throw off like court records, missing persons records, school records, you name it, right? Who does that? This is some crazy shit. This is a Lifetime movie type situation, right? This girl is crazy.
Alicia Brown's IG handle is the Cyber Bay on IG. What can you tell us?
More answers, just how deep this well runs.
What in the hell?
And so
again, I know who's involved, and I'm saying that on purpose because I know who's involved now. And I'm telling you, you all will be held responsible once this all is over with. So again, Tigger, get in front of this. Don't be complicit when it's time, because I'm not going to. No one's going to hear your ignorance as an excuse.
That Alicia Brown obviously your daughter, who is now 17's name is Alicia Brown. But are you saying that Alicia Brown also named her younger daughter the same name as your daughter?
Yes, and she goes by Autumn.
And that's I believe it's a 4-year-old?
I don't know the age, but I know it's the one before Tigger's child.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And then second. Man. Right. Wrap your brain around that one. And then secondly, Darrell, isn't this enough question about credibility alone to have police in Baltimore contact police in Atlanta and just do a welfare check if people truly believe that Alicia is involved in your daughter's disappearance?
I want to answer that. The police are actively doing everything that you just said. So stay tuned.
Okay.
How do you, my question is, if a child, first of all, has to go to school, and I get it, you can homeschool your kids. That's, that's a lot of parents are choosing to do that now. But how is it that a child stay off the radar like that from 2019, we're in 2026, that you don't hear from, see that person, even know that person's on the face of this earth? From 2019 to 2026, no one has seen this child outside playing, going to the store, in Walmart, at a theme park. I'm just throwing out just places that children may be at a park. Okay, or outside with the mother. We haven't seen this child with the mother since 2019, and we're now in 2026. She's had another child and named her newest child the missing child's name to throw people off, as if we ain't gonna remember that you have a whole missing child out here. So people can stop talking about it, and you can continue to hide this child to keep from giving that child over to their father, which you were ordered to do through the courts. That's why your stupid ass is locked up now. Right? Child, Tigger, where you find her? Right? It's given that she seek out men to do crazy shit too. It's just given, and now you own to doing the same thing to Tigger. He really needs to do a TPO and all of this if and when she decides to get out, right? If she gets a bond or anything, I will have all of that already in place. Have her as served in jail. You got to look for her. You know where she is, right? You need, when they say get ahead of it, that's how you get ahead of it. She can't come back to my house. I don't want her nowhere near me. And the child that we have together, bitch, I'm about to take custody of that one as well. For you have my child up and missing too, because she does have a child with Big Tigger as well. This girl is gone in the dome.
All right. And
yeah, they are asking questions, and they are asking questions between states. So I assure you that is definitely still an active investigation.
And I'm sorry to you as a father and as a Black man and as a human that it took her post about what's going on in her marriage to raise so many eyes and
this, but you know what? This latest thing with Tigger, God works in mysterious ways, right? God works in mysterious ways, because this whole plot that she had to bring him down for him cheating, yes, it's wrong to cheat. Tigger, if you cheated on her, that shit was wrong because y'all are married. But the fact that she used this social media situation to try to bring him down, ruin his career, right? That shit backfired on her like a motherfucker. Now, something happened to her because she does have a gash on her face, all right? We did see a video where she and Tigger, they were kind of, in this little, back and forth situation. She said he had her hands behind her back and kind of pushed her into a door. It kind of looked like that on the video, Tigger. I don't know. Maybe I need to go look again now after all this shit done resurfaced. But at the end of the day, it gives that she was trying to set him up in a situation like prior situations with other men, and it backfired to where you done got arrested on a warrant, girl. You trying to get him, arrested. You trying to get some shit going off and popped off on him to destroy him. And it's a whole self-destruction now. Girl, ooh, y'all sound off, baby. Shout out to the girls are fighting, because baby, they fighting. You hear me? Let's move on. That's a whole movie. That's a whole movie. Let's get into the Brat. She has clapped back on Deb Antney, aka Waka Flocka's mama. Y'all know that we talked about Deb Antney stealing an idea, a show idea that was supposed to be between she and the Brat. And Deb Antney decided that she was going to take that entire idea and create her own show, Deb's House, and cutting out the Brat. And the Brat is pissed about it. The Brat spoke out about it, and Deb Antney came back and did a whole live explaining, and the shit just made it worse. So now Brat is back, child. They said the Brat claps back. Shout out to the Hollywood Unlocked at Deb Antney while taking a viral Netflix documentary trend. Let's get into it, child, because she is not letting this shit go. She is very upset about it.
Where my motherfucking mic at?
All began, even us talking about it.
We're not about to watch all this again.
Watching
All right, so let's get into what Brat had to say.
TV, I just happened to see Deb's house, and I was like, let me just see what this is about. The network wanted to do a boot camp show, so we pitched it to them. Me, Deb, whatever happened, they ended up saying they wanted to do something else after that. So I had been holding on to this idea for a long time or whatever, and I had been talking back and forth to Deb. I got all the receipts. I hit him one day like, yo, me and Deb need to talk to you about doing a boot camp show. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, oh, she pitching it to me today.
Without you?
Damn. It's kind of the same idea. It's kind of the same thing we pitched in the deck together. Some ideas were hers and some are mine. I'm not taking full credit for it, but it was our ideas collectively put together to build this boot camp. And I just didn't think she would go pitch it without me. I felt so stupid.
Okay, so now y'all see what's going on for those who didn't get to watch the video the other day. So it looks like Brat might gear up to maybe do like she says preparing for the Netflix documentary Surviving Deb. So is she getting ready to expose Deb Antney? Because there have been a lot of other artists too that have talked about how messy Deb Antney is in business. So this might bring out a lot of stuff about Deb, and that could end her career because she's supposed to be like this promoter and like manager to other artists in the industry, right? Including her own son, Waka Flocka Flame. But baby, if Brat is she's this upset to where she is thinking about doing a Netflix documentary to expose Deb Antney, this could get really messy, right? This could get very, very messy. She could be trying to sue her too. Who knows how far she's going to take this? But obviously, Brat is very upset about this. And then Deb did announce that she is going to do a part 2 of Deb's house. She's I already signed up for a new season of Deb's house. So not only are you bragging about a show idea that you stole, that you were supposed to split profits between you and Brat. Now you signed off on a second season on this same show, and you're on this same interview trying to apologize and saying that you didn't even know that Brat was even mad about it, but you're promoting part 2 of this same stolen show. Like, girl, get the fuck out of here. All right, I can't with you, Deb. I cannot. I can't with your hard-faced ass. I'm sorry. I had to go there. All right, yeah, I had to go there. Deb Antney with your man-face, hard-faced ass. I'm sorry. I'm on Brat's side on this one, okay? Shout out to the 307 watching. Before we get into the next thing, let's go ahead and do our jam session because my mods, y'all did let me know like two posts to go. So let's go ahead and get into that right quick, okay? Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. Let's get into it and let's go. All right. I'll be here. Step out and come on, Pat. Step out and hit the like. Come on, Pat. Into it. We about done, guys, because I'm right to the end of the show. All right, so let's get into. I'm gonna skip that one. I don't care. I don't even want to talk about that person today. It's gonna be my last topic, child. And we got to go. I ain't got time today. All right, let's get into this last piece of evidence. No, I got something else. That I didn't show. Damn. Hold on. There's something else that I missed. Why is my stomach growling when I had my thick cut bacon today, Lord? Okay, yeah. I do need that piece. All right, so let's move that down. All right, so let's get into this piece here that I found. Portia Williams' child is into it with somebody online who is trying to expose her child. Let's get into it. This person, she is in a back and forth on social media. I said, what in the world is this? I ran across this. I said, oh, child, let's get into it. It looks a little juicy. All right, so this woman named Helen Soleil Artley, okay, she is into it with Portia, and it seems that she is trying to expose Portia on something, and Portia has responded. So this is tea. Let's get into it. So she said, Portia, you know her from the Housewives of Atlanta. Said, did you want to give me the finger? Either you apologize or get drawn. So it looks like this lady, she might be like an artist or something like that. Okay, Soleil Art. Okay. She says, it's not about an opinion. She said, you pretty much said F me. Not a good look for you. Stay tuned. So it's given that she's going to be probably clapping back, drawing some type of picture of Portia, putting it out there. So Portia then responds by giving the middle finger, says that this is BS. Okay. All right. So Soleil Art, this is her. This is what she goes by. She is verified. You see the check mark on Instagram. Okay. And y'all can head on over there just to see if they are still going back and forth. I'll check too, child, because y'all know I love the myth. All right. So she adds Portia. Portia goes by Portia for real on Instagram. Says, how? Making fun of her? Said that her wig? Yes. What you all labeled her as sick? Says, nope. Did I draw her looking skinny, skeleton-like? Nope. Said that you saw a drawing and ran with it like the rest. Stop labeling her as sick. Said that my intent was not to joke about an illness social media decided to label her. I guess with. Said that I draw celebrity caricatures. Okay, I don't know what the hell that is, but so it looks like Portia maybe was coming at her about some type of picture that she drew of someone else, and Portia had something to say about it, and she decided to target Portia in terms of saying, well, I'm gonna draw a picture about your ass. And the two of them have been going back and forth about it. So let me find out. Portia is just on Instagram, child, arguing back and forth with random people. Girl, you're a star out here. I said the same thing about Clarissa Shields. Do not be on social media arguing with random people that you don't damn know, right? You are on a whole televised show. Like, no, the #1 show on damn Bravo. Why are you arguing with people on Instagram? It's not a good look, right? You acting like Clarissa Shields out here, sis. Okay, giving middle fingers in the damn comments and shit. So this person here is literally going after Portia. Her name is Helen Soleil Artley, and she is calling her out, Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta, about some damn picture that she drew of somebody, and Portia decided to insert herself. So now she's turned her vitriol and anger on Portia. Child, that's tea, right? Let's move on, honey. The girls are fighting today. So last topic, then we gotta go, okay? And I'll see you guys again on Midday Pop-In, because I got to go, child. I cannot be on here this long. I got shit to do, Lord. All right, so Housewives from a Housewife, shout out to them. Real Housewives of Atlanta, K. Michelle takes to social media after it has been reported that Shamia Morton Mwangi and her have unfollowed each other, okay? I told y'all that the other day that K. Michelle unfollowed Shamia for some type of altercation, a verbal altercation that they had. Y'all know K. Michelle is very, very much in her feelings all the time, okay? If she ain't crying, then she lying. If she ain't lying, then baby, she back to crying. But let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, so K. Michelle says that a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. Okay, so she is referencing Shamia. I don't know what they're fighting about, but they did say that it is something to do or has something to do with what happened at the reunion. We already know Andy Cohen said this is the best reunion, that the girls were yelling back and forth when he was looking back and forth at all of them because, baby, they were giving. She said he went on to say that K. Michelle was really cutting up at the reunion and reading down to the point to where he just had to stop them because they were just doing the fucking most. So it seems like, because y'all know Shamia will argue back with you and she be throwing shade as well. So I'm interested to see the two of them kind of going back and forth and what they had to say. But whatever happened at that reunion, baby, has now caused them to like really fall out to where they are not friends. Now, if y'all saw the episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, when originally K. Michelle was kind of into it with Drew Sidora when they was at some restaurant sitting outside about Drew singing the national anthem, when K. Michelle was asked, did she hear her and how did she sound? And K. Michelle threw her shade at Drew Sidora. Well, at the time, K. Michelle and Shamir were really cool because Shamir then went out to the car after K. Michelle decided to leave the scene and go get in the car and play the national anthem and throw shade at Drew Sidora. Shamir went out and was kind of throwing shade to and singing and trying to talk K. Michelle down, off the ledge of being this petty Betty. But now it seems that the two of them don't even see it for each other and they've unfollowed each other, and it all stems from an altercation from the damn reunion. So, child, what y'all think, child? What do y'all think? The damn drama, okay? So we're going to have to wait, like I said, to see what had happened at the damn reunion. But that's why they ain't friends no more, okay? But that is it, and that is all that I have for this damn show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like the video. Please do not forget to hype up this video. Subscribe to the channel. Check me out on all publications under Caramel Rail. Thank you to my top flight mods for modding and doing an awesome job. Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast, and Tiffany Thomas. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to all my content creators that join us live as well. All of my Caramelians in the chat as well as in the bushes. We y'all talking about thick cut? Baby, I know I got to have my thick cut bacon in the mornings. I don't play about that. All right. Thick cut bacon and I'll eat some applesauce. I love fruit in the morning. I'll drink a little apple juice or some orange juice or something like that. That's my, I don't eat a lot in the morning. I do not eat a lot in the morning. I can't handle a lot of food in the morning, but I'll do two strips of thick cut bacon and some applesauce or some fruit, like some watermelon or some cantaloupe or something like that, or some grapes. And that's my breakfast, child. Yeah, I'm not cut out bread. Okay. Yeah, child. Yeah, but I love my thick cut cereal. I'm eating my thick cut bacon right now. Yes, thick cut bacon. Okay. I'm here for the thick cut, baby. Yes, God. Okay. And I put mine in the air fryer because the bitch ain't got time to be getting popped. Okay. All right. But thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. I'll see y'all later for midday pop in with more news I know you guys can use since somebody decided to steal my quote. Y'all know where it originated from. All right. But thank y'all. Love y'all. All right. And until the next video, please don't forget to like. And don't forget to subscribe as well, like I said. Okay. See you guys later. Until then. Bye.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid.